You're killing me.
What happened?
Hold on. So you're killing me. I didn't even try my speakers yet. Hold on a second. You hear me?
Yeah, I fucking hear you. You hear me?
Yeah, but I don't hear you. Fuck.
You don't need to hear me. Just read my lips. Read my lips.
How about now?
Can you hear? I hear you.
Okay, hold on. I can't hear you.
You fucking up.
You can hear, but I don't hear you.
Guys, this is how we're starting the show today. All right.
Audio, video.
One day we're gonna get it right. It's okay. Obviously, 6 months in.
What is this?
One day. It's all right. It's a work in progress. I've been talking for the last 3 fucking minutes. Say something. This is what it's gonna be. It's all right. Ready? Here. This is how we're gonna have to communicate. Ready, chat?
I'll figure this out, guys.
Here, watch. Ready? Because this is like the deaf leading the deaf. No offense to the deaf.
Advanced settings? I don't know.
That's right. We're getting somewhere.
I don't hear you at all. Are you on mute?
So for those listening, can you guys hear me? All right. So let's get it, chat.
Jesus Christ.
So I know you guys hear kills. I hear kills.
Off camera. Give me a second.
I hear both of them. Very good. See, and he wants to turn his camera off too. Hey, there we go. We hear both. See, this is what I'm saying. He just can't hear me. I don't know what happens week to week. Like, what the fuck does he do between, like, from week to week to just...
Mind your business.
Are you fucking hear me now?
Mind your business. Every week, I don't do shit to this. I do nothing to this.
We just fucking fixed this laptop issue. Not 2 weeks ago. Stop fucking shit up. We're live, by the way.
We're live. Okay, we're live. We're live. Hey, everybody, we're live. We're live. As you can see, technical difficulties, but I promise you, this podcast will not run longer than a Twitter Spaces. It just won't. Jesus Christ, Twitter Spaces. Anyways, I'm here. We're live. I hope you guys enjoyed the music. I'll figure this mic shit out eventually. Every goddamn week, I'm fucking with this, but hopefully next week we won't have this issue. But you guys can hear me, right? How do I sound? Because I know last week nobody told me I sounded like crap. I sounded like crap last week.
Listen, we made it happen. All right. You sound good.
Okay, and I'm coming through bassy. Bassy. You're like, hey, how you guys like my mic cover?
I got a little poofy. You got a poofy at the end of the day.
I mean, it's just,
poofy, whatever the fuck they call it.
You know, I'm a Niners fan. San Francisco. I gotta have the fuzzy stuff.
Hey, it's about those Raiders.
Yeah, 2-0 Raiders and Niners, 2-0, baby. That's it. That's how we gotta do it.
Throwing fucking bombs. Oh, fantasy. Since we're on the football,
I was watching.
I feel bad. So if Jeremy's watching this right now, I'm sorry. Or if you're listening to the replay, I apologize. I'm really sorry about this.
Nice.
I'm very sorry about this.
Fantasy football in America is the best.
Holy shit.
So I take it you're having a good week on your fantasy.
Oh yeah, it's great. My Sunday's been fucking amazing.
My
aunt came over, potato and eggs on a nice hero football fucking podcast. Like, I mean, can you ask for anything?
Those points are your first half because the 4 o'clock games.
4 o'clock games go. Gronk. Okay, Waller had 9 points for me his whole game, like tight end for Vegas.
Yeah.
Gronk got 8.5 in his first 3 minutes of the fucking game, and he's already now at. Sorry to bore everyone. 18 points, something light.
Listen, God, Cleveland is having a great day today. Browns won.
Browns won today. Baker was showing out today.
What's the Cleveland baseball team now called? Guardians?
Not yet.
Or they still call? Can I say Indians?
You could say the Cleveland
Indians. They beat them on our Yankees 2 days in a row now. I don't know what's going on there. They're going.
The only games that matter at the end of the week. Don't worry about it.
All right. So he's okay. So I'm getting feedback echo on Sensei. So
from me, no. Because I was coming through your mic.
Okay. So is that still happening?
Well, not now. It was before, but I don't hear myself now.
Because he just wrote it like it.
Yeah, we should be good though. Because remember, chat still it's.
So let me know, guys.
Okay, so
we're delayed.
I'm coming in again. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I was watching. Man, I was watching. I was just watching the Dallas game. Not Dallas. The one before that game. Oh my God. Teddy Bridgewater is on the team. I was just watching that game. They just won. Oh my God. Anyways, I remember him in Minnesota not having such a great career.
Mm-hmm.
And like the first 2 games that he's played this season, I keep forgetting the team. You're looking it up, but he was playing just now. My God, this guy's he's on a tear. 2 games this year, and he's on a tear with this team. Like I'm happy for him.
Sometimes look at Sam Darnold in Carolina. I'm still coming. I'm getting feedback. I'm coming through. I'm getting the feedback now.
You're getting feedback. Chat, let us know, man. If this
audio, somebody doesn't want to wear headphones and they want to do things.
I can wear headphones. Just I don't.
I know it's okay. We all make compromises.
So
that's
my weekly bang.
You ever get winnings with it? Yeah, we play for money. So the group that I'm with, we put in $20. It's like a little fun league. It's a bunch of my friends who I went to high school with, and then some of their family members, things like that, friends of friends, and then some of their family members, and we all throw in $20, and then we do at the end of the year, we do a placement or end of the season. We do a placement, so first, second, third gets paid out. So it's pretty cool. So
I don't play fantasy football. I haven't played fantasy football in like years now. I used to play in a $200
league with my coworkers in the AT&T days. Bro, oh my God!
Like just straight up cash money on the table, but I kept losing every goddamn year. So now my fantasy football is watching you guys lose and win, and I laugh. Yeah, that's my fantasy football.
I honestly enjoy football a lot better when I like Red Zone. Red Zone's amazing, by the way, too.
I'm a Niners fan. Yes, I'm a Niners fan. But I've the last few years, I've enjoyed myself watching football, period. Not like honed into the Niners only, just watching football. And I'm sitting here, I'm a football fan. I'm like, oh, like I was just watching the Dallas game before we went live. That is on right now.
Yeah.
I'm going, oh, that new stadium they got in at the LA Chargers, I believe. Now they're in LA now, I think. They're not in San Diego no more.
Yeah.
And they got that new stadium.
Yeah, LA Rams, LA Chargers, LA Rams.
Yeah, and they got that new stadium. I'm like,
SoFi Stadium.
It looks like a video game. Like I'm like, what is this? And then they got this new camera where it's like it's a filter in the background that pops out the announcer, so it looks so like a video game. I'm like, damn, they really getting the video game crowd into it. So, yeah, man, that's what I've been doing, watching some football. TK.
Yeah, shout out to chat real quick. Matt, TK.
That's my man.
TK. Yeah, man.
Missed the last couple of weeks, man, but good. I thank you for dropping
real quick. Man. So I'll do the shout outs real quick. Goddess, Matt, TK, thank you for joining. Sonic's in here. What's up, Sonic? Zamatos.
For those who don't know, For those who don't know, Sonic Echo X is our legendary Stone King.
Oh, that's Stone King. Okay.
That is Stone King.
Very good. What is that? He's on the burner account. Is that what it is?
He's on the burner account.
He's doing
soccer.
Okay, too many giveaways actually.
Too many giveaways. He said, you know what? I gotta go. I gotta change it up a little bit.
Low key. But we just blew up his spot.
I think we just blew him up. I think we blew up his cup. My bad, Sonic Echo X. Fuck.
Yeah.
Can we rewind this at all?
No. It's live. It's live.
It's fuck. Anyway, let's go by that. So the week in gaming. So
So Stubbs Gaming Delivery X. Thank you. Amateur Hour. I like that actually. That was pretty funny. I gotta highlight some of these. Listen. Nobody said that we're fucking good at this. We just do it. I'm lucky. You're lucky that this isn't fucking alcohol right now, and that it's only a sugar-free Red Bull.
Oh, you're not on alcohol? I didn't get that memo.
No, it's not that I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not a big drinker as it is. But imagine if we actually did this like half cocked. Like, imagine if we actually did a gaming podcast while being like 3 sheets. Give me a fucking break. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
Anyways. Yeah, man. Yo, chat. What's up, man? Thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with us. We're gonna have a good one. Gonna have fun.
As you can see, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. We just put a camera in front of our face and we're just talking shit. Yeah, and Stubbs Gaming. I want to give a quick shout out to Stubbs Gaming. That man. He just had a thing, I believe, and you got to correct me, but he just did a year doing his pod, and he celebrated that on this past week, nice. Wednesday, I believe. He does the mid game week.
Good
or
ship.
midweek gaming. I'm probably way off on that, but please correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct us in the chat.
Yeah, but Stubbs is in the chat. He has his podcast as well. He does a really good, phenomenal job on that. He jumps around from pod to pod, and I've noticed him, and I'm going, wow, this guy's pretty cool. He has some pretty good takes too when it comes to gaming. He's not your typical I love Xbox. No, he's all the way around that kind of guy, sort of like us, you know.
Yeah.
But check out Stubbs' channel, man. I'll actually link the thing in the description. His channel.
We'll definitely put that out there. All right, and then just a quick update with Sonic. So no burner account, just changed my name. Graphics God will do my new gamer pick.
Oh, Graphics God's on your. I gotta get with Graphics God. He's gonna do your pro pick. Oh man. Man, I can't wait to see that.
Very good.
Yeah. So got us in the chat as well. One of our modders. I see that. Looks like Matt's running a little late. If he's not here.
No. Matt's here. Call him out. Yeah, man. Matt's in
Why
there.
don't I ever see his name? Let me see.
I don't know.
That's my guy. Where he at?
Purposely avoid him. I don't know. It's like selective. Instead of like selective hearing, it's select. He's there.
No way. I don't see him. I see.
Are you looking under YouTube or are you looking inside a restream?
Well, hold on. I'll do this. I was messing around with this. Let me go to the YouTube, the UBTubi. I believe that's this camera right here. Yeah.
So and then oh my god, I forgot. Yeah.
So, oh, there he is. Hold on, let me flick back to my ESPN camera here. So I do see Matt. He's right over there.
Very good.
How's that for production value, huh?
Well, why don't you take that production value and lead us into how your week was?
What the fuck? Say thank you. Or say, wow, it looks nice. So
it's amazing. I told you that privately, but I'm sure they'll comment on it.
Sure. So my week, different when it comes to gaming. Very different. Batman. I've been playing Batman.
About this yesterday.
Literally, I've been I got back. I'm going through the trilogy again, but I skipped one because one I've played so many times now. I think I've played it like 4 times over on the Xbox One, and then I even played it on the series. So I skipped it because I just recently finished one again. And my son repurchased a while ago, and I didn't realize this. He purchased for us because we share our account. The Return to the Arkham series, which like kind of gives it the upscale look, like the 4K and all that for the first and the second one.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
They didn't do nothing much to the third one, the good one. I would say the good one, but the better of the 3 that people keep. It's acclaimed. It's the best version of all 3.
But that one came out a couple of years after, right?
A few years after. It was on the One X, so it had all the visuals and everything. So they didn't really do much.
So just to clean up for Deliver X, not the Telltales, the actual the Rocksteady.
Oh no, the Rocksteady Batman.
Yeah, Rocksteady.
That Batman.
Yeah.
So I've been playing that Batman. I'm on City right now. It's the second one. I'm enjoying it, but because it's the Return SKU series, I'm getting all the achievements again. The visuals are there. The third one, Arkham Knight, I'll play next. That one, even though they didn't do the visuals because it looks beautiful.
You're double dipping on the
double dipping. Double dipping. I'm trying to catch up to Nick, but Nick has he's like 14,000-16,000 in. I don't know what that man does, but he's 16,000 in game. He's trying to catch up really bad.
The days of me caring about the only time I care about achievements is when it has to do with fucking.
Listen, I stopped caring about achievements a long time ago, but this Nick got me caring again. I'm like, this guy came out like every month.
Nick's gonna have you all in his feelings, especially when Battlefield comes out.
He's gonna have me my drakes, man. He's gonna have me my drakes.
And he starts fucking stalking you and shit on the fucking
he's gonna have me my drakes.
It's horrible.
So doing that, even though Arkham Knight did not get the visual because it looks beautiful anyways, even now it holds up. They did give on that series, the Return series, they gave all the DLCs to it. All the DLCs, all the skins, all that was part of that bundle. So that's what I've been playing this week. A lot of Batman. I played let's see if I can pronounce Superliminal. Okay. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah. Superliminal it's in Game Pass. The description on that, the way I call it would be it's a puzzle game. Very really cool puzzle game, but it has that portal campaign. And what I mean by that is that mystery with the voice talking to you, and you're trying to figure out what's the end game here. So it's a mixture of both. So I finished both. I finished that game completely this week. I think I'm missing on some of the chats here. Hold on.
My father on a remote fucking island on a cruise chimed into the pod. Dad, I love you, but you're on vacation. Like the fuck. I mean, if you wanted to listen to it later, like my guy literally saw the notification because there's Wi-Fi on the ship. and clicked.
Well,
So I appreciate it, but Jesus.
I mean, he's gotta look out for his son, you know.
I guess so. I mean, yeah, but in the middle of the fucking Caribbean, so
that's
cool
love. That's
too, I guess.
dedication.
Yeah, I see
You
that.
know, my wife don't do that.
And your wife's in the room next door.
She just knocked on the door like hard. Like, what the fuck's your problem?
I'm waiting for the
she'll
the
probably
quick
comment here.
Yeah, the quick little high and by.
Yeah, she'll probably
the drive by.
Yeah, she probably will do it in a minute. But I've been playing Batman. I've been playing Superliminal.
Yep.
I think I'm saying that right. Quick game too. Nothing too strenuous. About 2-3 hours of that game. So I took that up. I don't know, man. I'm catching. I've mentioned this before, but I'm falling in love with games that doesn't have AAAs on them. Like I am. I just really am. Like it doesn't. Like I've been noticing I'm playing a lot of these games, and I've been purchasing these games too. $5, $10. It's crazy because we just had Jenna on the show last week, and he has a video up talks about the whole indie scene and how they're struggling and everything. But they're coming out with some gems, man, and it's sad to see it. But I'm playing this game, going, "Wow, this is amazing!" I played that. There was something else I started. Origami. I think Matt corrected us last time. Origami 2.
Yeah.
I'm playing that, and it's really good. If you ever played Tenchu before, back in the days on the PlayStation days,
we were talking about it.
Oh my god, it's a really good stealthy ninja game. You can go fighting around. I wouldn't recommend it because they're relentless when you start taking out and killing people without hiding bodies. They're relentless. And also you miss out on if you're into the ranks, the S ranks, the B, the C's, it has that kind of ranking system. So if you do start getting caught and you still, even if you still clear the level after you get caught, you lose out of the S rank, and that's that. So that's what I've been playing this week, catching up on football. As you guys know, I'm a Niners fan, so I'm glad we're 2-0. We're up on the NFC West Division, or tied at least. I don't know who else is going to win. I don't see how it's playing right now, but that's what I've been playing and trying to get my son his internet, man. He's still left. He's on your left. He's on your right. He's on your left. Like, oh shit, man. Like, he's still yelling behind me, man.
We don't want to shit on potential sponsors in the future. You never know. But it's like, because that's one thing about talking about like big corporations and stuff like that. Especially now, it's like you never know.
Been treating me good this week.
It's like exactly right.
They treated me really good. I've had no falls as far as internet goes. I appreciate you, Spectrum. I've had no drops in internet this week, and I want to emphasize that. Give me a second.
That's how it should be.
I had no drops at all this week when it comes to internet, Spectrum. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, give it another 15 minutes.
And back to this camera. So, as I was saying, Spectrum been treating me well this week. Just trying to get him his fiber, man. I've been working on the fiber. I get him the fiber, but the guy who came out, the technician who put the lines down, you guys have never worked with fiber. Is one of the most tedious jobs you can do if you're in line work. Laying fiber lines down is real tedious. I used to work in that business before, so I know how that works. So the guy who came out of the lines kind of effed it up. So they got to fix that before they actually give him the service. But everything's up and the box is there. Everything's wired up, but nothing is coming through signal-wise because the wires were laid down kind of weird. Even the technician that came out that went to install him was like, "Who did this job? It's butchered." I'm like, I take your word for it. It's butchered. It's butchered. He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, and I saw him at IHOP drinking a beer. I'm like, you wanted to get out of work.
No, stop. No, you didn't.
You wanted to get out of work early. I know.
Did you really?
Yeah. No,
it's fucked. I was gonna say, no, that'd be fucked up.
That's a joke. I will be lying.
Yeah.
That's a joke. But that was my week, man. My week has been real chill. Nothing weird or that's it. That's what I got, man.
Yeah, man. No, honestly, same here. A lot of gaming. A lot more Destiny game, more Trials grind. Got my first Flawless.
Oh, you told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Flawless was sick.
You told me you got carried, right?
No, I didn't get carried. I did the carrying
until
you did the carrying.
I did the carry. My phone must have cut off when you said carrying.
No, don't do that. It was... Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't do that. Okay. No. Don't do that because somebody else would try to test my fucking multiplayer prowess on this cocksucking Bluebird app today, and I've had it. I'm like right here. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to keep my my patience.
No, but we gotta take out all the supers and all that. All that's gotta go.
Bro.
Supers and
Oh, at least somebody was fucking reading it. I thought I was talking to a
no,
brick
no, no.
wall, but I
The
must have
supers
been.
gotta go, and
Yeah,
all
supers
the
and special
ammo,
ammo.
all that.
Everything that actually makes Destiny. Yeah, let's pull that out and
Just
turn
take it
it
out
to
completely.
fucking generic XYZ FPS shooter.
Call of Duty.
Anyways, so yeah, a lot of Destiny. So Destiny Flawless, that was sick. I'll tell you real quick. I just get in with my buddy Bode, and he's like, "Not thinking we're gonna do a flawless run." We get the cards. Me and him duo queue. Then we're picking up solos. We end up going 3 wins in. We pick up a guy. The guy's like, "Yo, add me." He's already got the flawless in him, so he's done it already. He comes in. Next thing you know, we're at game 5, and it's like, we win game 5, so we got 2 more games to go. You need 7 full of flawless.
Yeah.
And the guy's going, "Oh, 2 more to go." And I'm like, fuck, it's like baseball. You don't jinx the no-no. You
don't say that.
You don't talk about it. You just fucking do it. Then game 6, boom, smash it out. We're at game 7. We lose round 1 because you got to win 5 rounds. Lose the first round, and the next thing you know, he just fucking takes over and gets like 15 kills that game. And he kind of just, me and my friend, and then we ended up winning game 7, got the flawless. First time my buddy get into the lighthouse. But first time for me getting to the lighthouse since they did all the trials revamping and shit like that. Like I'd done lighthouse runs a lot of times on Destiny 1. Trials of the 9, I did a few flawless cards. But since they kind of brought back or reinvigorated trials, I did it. And then to see the fucking slander that still goes on online about like, oh, make this game the way like the developers made it, make it like something that I've already been fucking playing for the last 10, 15 years, and don't make it different because I unfortunately, not because, I just can't keep up or whatever. Like
he might be a brand, like he might be somebody that has not been playing Destiny from day one and just started playing it like, like recently or like a year ago or something. And
crazy.
He, his 2 cents, I guess he has people on Twitter that pay attention to him. So his 2 cents has to matter. Because you got people on Twitter who think just like my opinion on Twitter, it's facts.
And he didn't like that I took that little fucking quote that he gave me, and I was like, Luke Smith, Bungie, and not that I have any fucking, who the fuck am I? I'm nobody. But I'll at the guys, and he's like, "Oh,
you're nobody."
I've added them.
Your logic on Sensei Store's podcast.
Okay,
you're somebody, bro.
I appreciate that. I'm saying, as far currently right now in the status of like what's going on and shit, like I don't have that reach where I can at somebody with a fucking blue check mark and I get a response. But you know what I mean. But it happens sometimes depending on the content or whatever. But I added them, and I was like, "Yo, this guy has he wants to tell you how you should change your game." I think you should listen to him. Like more or less, I'm paraphrasing at this point, but because this fucking guy and then he's like, "Oh, I added them before. I don't know what you were trying to accomplish here. I'm just trying to make you see your own fucking ignorance." But whatever, I digress. So moving along,
pretty much put a mirror in front of him, like, "Hey, check that out."
Yo, this you see you this is you, but I'm gonna show it to some other people now and see what happens. Anyways, so Destiny. That was cool. And then League of Legends. And then still like little games. Like I've been on this kick where I wanted to play I got to get my achievements. So it's like I want to play some Ascent. Ascent's cool. We're talking about the other day.
I'm down with that. The co-op works, so I'm down to get back onto it.
Playing some what was the other one that I was playing? Hades. Still playing Hades because it's still one of those games where you can pick up, put on, and then still play it or whatever. It's just a replay value in it. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about a game that's not AAA. It doesn't have to be. And we'll get into it, but we played a little bit of Call of Duty 2 for science.
We did that
for science. We tried out
the research for you guys. You don't have to get in there.
We played the open beta post upgrade because we also heard all that bullshit about graphical and graphical errors and all of that on the Series X and S.
We're not vouching. We're not saying go out and get like Call of Duty like a game to get. If you're gonna get it, get it. We're not saying don't get it or get it. Also, a lot of what's being shared on Twitter right now is the old build with the artifacting and all that. That's the old build. I'm not defending Call of Duty.
No, there's no.
But that is the old build because what we played yesterday, we played like about 2 hours of it.
But they sent the patch up, and and I think it only took us a couple of games, even after we tweaked settings and stuff like that, because there was a couple of settings that we had to tweak in there, camera shakiness and stuff like that.
Oh my lord!
Even after we get all those setting stuff and we start playing, I think we both came to the similar conclusion that it's just a lot more Call of Duty. It's just. It's Call of Duty, and I think I told you too off stream.
It doesn't have. Here's after a few hours of getting off of that, after a few hours of just thinking about it, the recoil's it's on 100. The recoil for those guns is on. You don't even see what you're shooting at. It's on 100. So
especially if you try to use a scope, you try to use one of these little scopes.
Fucking hat got me sick. Recoil on 100. It has the movement is sluggish. Yeah. I felt it was sluggish. I think you said the same thing. It was sluggish. The whole thing is that it feels like more Call of Duty, but it's also it's lacking identity. It's lacking identity. These maps don't have personality, like at all. It's just you just mindlessly running around shooting each other, and that's when I said it's Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty. Like it lost that whole. I remember when they were about the perk system, and they kept that on the wraps. And I wanted to let you know. Now you know the perks ahead of time. I remember when the maps were like the beta maps were such an iconic beta. The 3 maps they was put on the beta version is always the iconic maps that when you play years later, you go, remember these maps? The 3 like that's not even there anymore. The identity's not there anymore. We played it for a couple of hours, and we both at the same time said delete this shit. So we did. We played it for science. So for those who are wondering, man, should I keep my pre-order if you pre-ordered it, or should I go ahead and get it anyways?
That's so. I mean, go play. It's still until the 22nd on Xbox. Go play it.
It's free.
Make your own decision. But
your console will not melt, whether it's PlayStation or Xbox. Yeah. It would not melt, but at least you'll have you will form an opinion of your own.
Yeah.
On how it plays for you, because for some they like that and they want to play that. I've been Call of Duty for years with the flag. I was that guy. If these guys moved on, I'm like, no, Call of Duty. I'm holding on while the hurricane, F5 tornadoes are coming through, and I'm holding on for dear life, saying, nope, Call of Duty is it. I'm kind of moving on with that stuff.
That's a good segue with the tornado. Getting into unfortunate things, because I think we're going to go to our first topic. And thank you, Turpin, for joining. He's back from the gym, by the way.
Get that gym in.
Been grinding, so that's cool. First topic, Battlefield and Dying Light delay. So the tornado, the tornado,
Okay, so unlike most,
we got the music. We got the music.
We do.
Well, no. I'm saying I don't have the music to play. I'm saying they released the fucking main theme music. You saw that?
Oh hell yeah! I've been. It's on my Spotify, like literally on my Apple Music, Spotify playing. When I'm doing things, I'm weird. My wife goes, "What are you listening to? Is that the new Drake?"
Yeah, okay.
So that's how far off she is. Hip hop world. Anyways.
Imagine.
Yeah. Is that Drake? No. Drake? But no, the delay season. It's here. It's upon us. I think Jeff Grubbs was the one that tweeted like a night before they even announced Battlefield being, or even not just Battlefield, but Dying Light. Before they even announced his delays, he came out and says, man, delay season. And I'm sitting here going, man, I hope this guy I hope he's joking. I hope he's kidding around. And here, the very, very next day, Dying Light BF delayed. Not much. They didn't get delayed like out of the year or nothing.
The BF one kind of had me weirded out a little because it was like an announcement that they did first that looked like it was on their BF, like that letterhead that they use. And I don't know what it was in reference to. It was some weird posting. It almost felt like a troll. It felt like a troll post.
Yes, I had a deep dive it because a lot of people
like song lyrics, like people were like song. Oh, okay, because I don't know, but I thought it was from them. Was it an official Battlefield tweet?
That one that shows like the blue letters and like that BS,
like that letter.
A couple of them out there that was fake as hell.
But because there was one that had like music fucking lyrics in it. I'm like, what is this?
But I pulled from their site and it said, it was the legit one where they said delayed it to November 19th. And then they just one of the developers came out yesterday on Twitter and said that he confirmed the beta is still coming. It's not coming this month, but it'll be a week before the game launches. So on the 19th, before that, whatever that week is before that, is when the beta launches. Which is kind of weird.
The 12th.
The 12th, yeah, which means.
But I thought early access is still. So was the 19th early access, or is it
the regular open beta? Regular open beta for everybody.
October though, not November. No.
November.
Yeah, but so then when's the early access though for getting it? Like
before that, it's a week before that.
Is it 10 week or 10 days?
Well, he said 10 days.
So the beta is the week before the early access,
which
and
is
then
weird because why would you throw a beta out? I don't know, man. Just throwing a beta out there a week before
they've
game
done that.
launches.
No, but but they've also done that too, where it's like because remember we've had this discussion now for years. Betas are marketing tools.
Yes,
They're not
sir.
like
Yes,
they.
sir.
I mean, in some instances, i.e., 343 and Halo Infinite, it's
Well,
like,
they
oh
call
no,
those flights.
the flights, but they're specifically saying no, we're testing shit. We got to see. We want to see how our servers are doing. People coming in, testing the UI, things like. They're like, there's something to
Let's be
accomplish.
honest. When a beta
Like,
comes out, it's like a week or two before the actual game comes out. The game's done.
yeah, they're
Right?
literally
So this
giving
is
you
really a
something that they
marketing
had,
thing.
and they're like, yo, get
Yeah.
hyped for this. Here it is. You know what I mean? Like,
It's a
check this
marketing
out.
tool. You're right.
If you like it, it's like it's a demo. We say beta, right? Or they say beta, but realistically speaking, it should just say demo. It's
should say
literally
demo.
it's the fucking disc that you used to get back in, the old school, the PlayStation magazine and all that shit that used to come in, and it came with the 2-3 games and
what's crazy?
the Tomb Raider and all that
what's
shit.
crazy
It's what it
behind,
is,
I'll
man.
give you a little sneak peek behind the scenes of what used to happen when I worked at EA. Those demos, betas that they whip out, like the artifact issue going on with the Call of Duty.
Yeah.
They purposely put that out there because they know about the artifact. They already have fixed that.
Okay.
They fixed it, but there was something in that built that they needed to mass people to test out for them. So they can go, there it is. We found it, and they fixed that. They won't tell you what it is.
To isolate, to kind of try to isolate
right.
to see what's wrong with it.
They don't have the resources to find and reproduce that bug.
So they show it to the masses, and they let other people find the bug. And then how did they find the bug? How did you come about it?
Yeah, so while the world is going, oh my God, the artifacts. You saw how fast they said, no, that's cleaned up. It's been cleaned up. We don't know how old
they literally, and to appease, they literally said, oh, here's the update.
Here's the update,
Here's the update.
Wink, wink, yeah. Which is already, that build is already out there. That won't the artifacts for build 1. Build 1.1 was the one that now, here's the update.
They're just not going to flat out and tell you that they released something that had a fucking problem in it. They're basically just going to be like,
but that's the arrogant part, though. The arrogant part is we're a multi-billion-dollar company that we're okay with releasing some shit that has artifacts on it. And you guys can bitch about it all day long.
Bro,
you're still going to buy it.
And my brain automatically goes to, and I don't want to shit on a developer, and I know this is the conversation about Battlefield, but it's all encompassing, is that, when you're that company and you're that big and stuff like that, and you know that we just talked about it being marketing tools and stuff, your directive and what you're trying to accomplish here is not like, oh, let's go and test some shit out. Like, even though that was the example you gave, that's not what they're doing. They're saying, no, get people hyped because you got to try to get the numbers going, let people know that this is the time of year and everything like that. So it just seems so like fucking misleading. And just so, you know what I mean?
Remember, like games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and all these FPS shooters, they used to bring out their betas like weeks and months before the actual launch date.
I mean, you played Battlefield. When did you play? When were you just playing the technical test
for BF?
For BF. That was last month that you were in a technical test. But still, and that was under the assumption that the game was still coming out in October.
Yes.
And you were on a technical test in August. Trying that out, right? So then then a month goes by from that technical test and then to the other couple of days ago when they were like, pump the brakes, we need a couple of more, we need some more days to work on this. And
I appreciate that. I appreciate a company like DICE or even the guys over in Techland doing Dying Light 2, where they go, nah, this needs a little bit more time in the oven.
What did Techland say? Do we have what they said specifically, or like?
I mean, I have a couple of articles up here. None of them say nothing. I don't have anything about the delay, like the official. But I know I've read a developer come out on Twitter and says, I know you guys are worried that we're delaying the game, but trust me, the game is done. We just want it to be perfect. As perfect as possible is what he put. I'm not worried about BF at all. This is, look, your father wrote, watching from the Bahamas, shoddy Wi-Fi. Yeah, Bahamas, their Wi-Fi, they want you to enjoy the beaches and all that stuff. Not the internet.
It's included though, so.
Right, but you don't get like the only Wi-Fi you get the signal you get this signal for help, I guess. Like help, that's about it. Yeah,
the SOS. So here's the thing though, like with Dying Light, and that got pushed back to 2022.
That one got pushed out of the year,
out of the year, right? Yeah. And I think
February or March.
Well, I don't know if I was talking to my brother. Wasn't there another game that got pushed to March as well too? That was supposed to be It was like on the list of things, and then it got pushed out. But
I think
we said March was like a placeholder, or maybe it was a movie I was thinking about. Oh, Batman. That's what I'm sorry.
That was the movie. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
We were talking about Batman, but we think that's placeholder. But that's another thing. Battlefield.
March Batman.
I don't want to be that person to start shit, and I'm not trying to sit here and try to insinuate how much time they actually need. But you think whatever time that they think that they're allotted for these next couple of weeks is going to be enough time to get what they need to get under control to then say, I have a full product to release on November 19th?
The product is, let me tell you, I don't want to.
That's my, come November 19th then, if that's the date that you're going to hold yourself to.
Hey, I'll say this. Without giving too much away, I'll say this because I have friends in EA that work there. They're working on this title, but I'm not gonna. That's not what I do.
Right.
The game is done. The multiplayer it's done. It's just getting the visuals up to par, getting the servers from day one. If you ever play a Battlefield game, you know the servers day one are always laggy.
Yeah.
Getting those servers to cooperate.
Okay.
Is pretty much what's happening.
So a lot of it is like backbone behind the scenes
all
type
the backbone
shit and
the
polishing.
Like
it really or more polishing, I guess you would say.
More polishing on top of that.
Like
but it's just to get it day one for us to actually have thousands of players on there and go, all right, this I can deal with this. Because we know with Battlefield 4, and the last two ones that came out, the WW1 and 5, those things came out, the servers were laggy. So Sunday in the chats. What's up, boys? Sorry I missed last week. No worries. Hope you guys had a good week in Destiny. Senior Golly.
Yeah, I sent him. I DM'd him. It was like 3 o'clock in the fucking morning because not only did I go off topic a little bit, when I went flawless, I got an adept roll for a linear fusion rifle, which this season happens to be really good. Okay. I got an adept roll, and I got two of them, and they both had really good rolls on them. So one of them I think a little bit better than the other, but both very, very solid. So he's like been the Destiny guy as of late, more in tune with it. So I had to shoot him over real quick and kind of get his blessing or kind of show off a little bit.
Well, Sunday be getting them lucky drops, man. Like
I'm normally Captain fucking Luck when it comes to, but I mean, listen, I first time I played a PvP game in Destiny 2, I literally got double exotic drops. Like it was fucking crazy. So double. It was like a double exotic drop, like back to. It was like exotic drop, and then I have the clip of it on YouTube. It's funny. I might try to get it and post it later. But literally, it's. I think Angel's in the party. I think Reborn's in the party. I'm pretty sure Heartbeat's in the party, and all of them in. I think Reborn says something to the fact that you sucking somebody off, and then because and then they're all, and then I think Angel was like, oh my god, again, because I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm like oh. I'm like going crazy because it literally like the first and second PvP games.
That you got your exotic, like it'll show it.
It shows it, and everybody sees it. It was like, Unit Logic got whatever exotic, or exotic Ingram, and they were like, "What the fuck?" Like so.
So you can see, got a chat. See, if you're new to this, we do this. Like we have topics, but we tend to get off those topics because we're just we like talking.
But pulling it back in, so Battlefield, like I said, so you're still okay. You're confident to say like okay, or at least confident enough to be like, nah, November we're getting Battlefield 2042.
No, we're getting November. We're getting November. We're getting Battlefield November. That's happening.
Okay, and then Dying Light, it definitely good.
That one is all the way to next year. I'm having issues like trusting their information because for a long time they went dark. And there was,
you don't really hear a lot out of Techland. You get the big review, reveal somewhere E3 or something that they want to show you.
Years back, they showed the E3 reveal of the game where the guy's parkouring through the whole city and everything. And then from that point, it just went dark. Then we got rumors that there was, a lot of stuff going on within the company and people getting let go and the direction of the game was going south. Like a lot of stuff was happening. Then they came out. They came out with a whole. Like a video, all the devs that know we're working on it. Trust me, it's coming out. And then they came out with it's coming out this year.
I learned how to zoom now, by the way, too, just in case for those of you watching on YouTube. I can
thank you for my old eyes. I can see these things now.
You're welcome. So just to get the quote here, so it doesn't sound like we're talking out of our ass.
Talking out of our asses.
Powell, Marchiqua.
Don't do it.
Is that where we're gonna go? No, I'm sorry. So
Marchuka.
I'm not doing it. Okay.
The person
CEO,
from that place.
CEO, not just the person, CEO of Techland
The
says
important
that
person of that place.
sorry for butchering the name. It says that the team is steadily progressing with the production, and the game is nearing the finish line. The game is complete, and we are currently playtesting it. It is by far the biggest and most ambitious project we've ever done. Unfortunately, we've realized for us to bring the game to the level we envision, we need more time to polish and optimize it.
Now think about that last part right there. The we realized for us to bring the game, it needs more polish. Like you saw the gameplay of this. How much more polish this shit needs?
It look fucking good. But then this is the thing about artists, and this is the thing about creators. And sometimes, I'm just going to put this out there. You make something, and you want to release it out to the world and show people what you made.
Your baby.
It's your baby. It's your baby, right? Like, that's the phrase that people use and stuff like that. But you make it, you put it out. But you also get that fear of like, wait, I could do something. It's like you go to sleep at night, and it's not gold yet. Like in video game terms, like it didn't go gold. I could still make changes to it. So wait, I can make it better. And then you fix something, and it's like, oh no, I could code that a little bit better too. Oh, you see the way that he parkoured and jumped over that? I think we could fix that animation.
Fix that.
Oh wait, I think we could do. And then it's like a constant thing of like, well, now you're looking for perfection. You're never gonna get it. So when are you gonna say to yourself as a developer, no, we're good. This is good. Like, I wonder if it really is then just like they said, polishing, because polishing could also seem like nitpicking.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Where it's
it could. You got to be careful with that because it could come across as nitpicking.
Like nitpicking, where it's like, oh no, the game's done. Like, you could have released it, but you think that you could get more out of it. Either way, it's like, I guess they're in a position where they're able to hold it back.
Yeah.
And because then that's another thing too. I guess the adverse of that is you don't want a company to ever feel forced to have to release something that isn't fucking ready, i.e. Anthem and Fallout 76.
Not even that. Anthem, and then you got
every other fucking game under the sun that has released in a
I hate to bring this back into the conversation, into the loop, but you have the CD Projekt Red. You have Cyberpunk. Where they said the game went gold. First time I think in history a game developer says it's gold, it's ready to come out, and then they delayed it. And I think they delayed for like a month or something. And I'm going, oh, okay. They stated polishing and all that good stuff. Look at the state of that game when it came out. So I don't know, man. When it comes to I believe in what they're gonna come out. The product's gonna be great because the first Dying Light was amazing.
Yeah.
I don't trust like more polishing and need to do this and need to do that. Like you delayed it like for over more than 30 days. Like you took it out of the year. So that to me drives concern. And here goes your boy right here who carried. This is the guy right here who's commenting.
That's
carried Logic in the flawless.
No, they missed it. They came late to the party. Guys, rewind and you'll be able to see the part where I talked about it. I didn't speak bad about you, Bode. It was all good things. You'll be able to hear it. There was no fucking carrot. We all played very well. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like the theme for today is who carried Luke.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's fine. Everybody could go with this fucking consensus, and if that's the narrative that we're going to try to paint, that's perfectly fine. I dare any one of these people, except for Turpin, because I don't want to hear the fucking no. Because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to get out of this podcast, and then and here's what's going to happen. It's literally going to be I'm going to join the Discord call. I'm going to say, "Oh, see you later, kills." I'm going to go eat, and then league or whatever. I'm going to get into Discord, and then Turpin, the first thing that's going to come out of his fucking mouth. Ready? First thing, 1v1 me Halo. and then I'm gonna fucking throw my keyboard across the room and fucking just rage quit and just never want to talk to him again. So that's perfect. So we're just gonna leave
we could do the 1v1 now in the
no.
In the Back to Blood.
I'll play anybody else in any other game, first person shooter, whatever like that. I'm not playing fucking Turpin in Halo, especially not 1v1 until Infinite at least. I'll 1v1 him in Infinite. But any of the previous Halo games where the fucking guy literally went to MLG events and competed, he'd go fuck himself. I'm good. So
the late season. Let's just wrap this up.
Season, delayed. So that's it. So
it's delayed. So BF is gonna be in November. I have no problem with that coming out in November.
Yeah.
And then Dying Light 2 got all the way to next year, sometime February, March. So hopefully those guys can get it. Oops, they didn't mean to do that. Hopefully those guys can get it together and whatever they're doing to make it better, I guess, But yeah, what's gonna hold me over is gonna be
Deathloop? No, I'm kidding.
Insurgency. Deathloop. No, Insurgency, man. Comes out September 29th. I believe Nick already pre-ordered it. I'm about to pre-order it myself.
I think
just waiting to see a
does
punch
my brother
card
have it pre-ordered?
I think he's gonna get it. I'm not sure he pre-ordered because he's like me. He waits for punch cards, and we get these like feelings that maybe a punch card might come out. When they do, they come out a week before the game actually launches or 5 days. So
we've already had those discussions too about getting fucked, not getting the game too early.
My son
and not being able to get the reward points.
I told him about those points. Right, he loves his 2K. He has every year 2K is his thing.
But
every year.
No, but it's like, every game that has any type of microtransactions or anything with Destiny, they've literally done it now every season on Microsoft, where it's like, yo, new season comes out, don't buy the season pass and do the punch card.
And I've told him, I told him, but at the end of the day, it's his money, it's what he wants to do with it. It's the vanilla version they give you the points on. They don't give you if you buy anything which is
collectors. That's backwards. That needs to be fixed. That's a quality of life.
That's a quality of life issue. They should have it where, sure, if you get the vanilla version, you get a certain amount of points.
Guaranteed.
If you get a higher version, you get extra points. Maybe something like that.
It doesn't have to be crazy. 100 points, maybe 100 points more.
Nothing big. Just overall, if you purchase the game, no matter what version, if you purchase, you get these.
What is 6,000 points relate to anyway? Like, because I don't like
less
the actual.
It's $5, but it's less than. Is it $5? I don't know. Money's the expert on that.
If you the actual convert, I forget exactly what it converts to, but I'm saying like 6,500 for the special, like, because there's like 3 or 4 editions, like, you know what I mean. So it's like, okay, maybe give a couple more reward points.
Or just blanket 7,000 points for whatever version, or whatever points you want to give for whatever version. But this thing about if you buy the higher version, you don't get those points. Period. So my son doesn't buy the basic vanilla version of 2K. He buys the VC and all that. So he gets the $100 bundle on that stuff. Yeah. Again, not my money. This is his. $100 bundle. He gets it and he goes, "Puppy, I got the game. If you want to play it, download it. You got it." I'm like, "All right, cool, thank you." Yeah. And I'm like, "Which one did you get?" He goes, "Oh, the $100 version." I'm like, "You're not gonna get those 6,000." He goes, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "I told this before." He goes, "Yeah, it doesn't matter anyways. I wanted the 100 bundle regardless. I'm not gonna buy the 60." This kid, and this is the reason why to me console wars I really don't get it serious like that. I dabble in it just to have fun, but don't get serious with it because I have a kid who can care less of what version he's playing of it, what frame drapes are dropping or nothing. This kid was literally about to buy the poverty version of it just to play with friends because friends doesn't have the Series X or S. He was going to buy the regular version, the Xbox One X version, to play with his friends
because there's no cross play. There's no cross gen play.
And his father, and being in tune to the whole console war thing, I'm sitting here going, so you're gonna give up playing on the Series X visuals.
So you can play with your boy on.
And he looks at me with his serious face. Yeah. Why wouldn't you do that, puppy? I'm like, you know what?
Because you play. Because you play where your fucking friends are.
So
like, if we had to go play with money on the Xbox,
I would have downloaded the One X and play with him.
And I would have
as much as I would have hurt my eyes.
And I would have waved at him while I played on my PC. But so everybody's different. Not everybody's the same. I'm just saying.
But you see the difference is that's what I'm saying. Like he ended up getting. I convinced him to get at least the cross-gen version where when his friends do get the new Series Xboxes, they can just all upgrade and play that version. He ended up buying. He's like, I just get the $100 version because I want the VCs and everything. And he doesn't casually play NBA 2K. He gets into like you MLB show. He does that with 2K.
And I think 2K now has, I know we're really going, so we didn't really start the Deathloop topic. I kind of I threw everybody the curveball because I was like, oh, wait, we're going to talk about Deathloop. And then we're fucking talking about 2K, which fine, we'll get back to Deathloop. But, a clue, Sherlock. Listen, but here's the thing though, 2K, didn't they start doing this fucking thing now, this ultimate team?
Yeah, like every team, bro. But
when did this fucking start?
I played a little bit of it, and you was on the chat with me. I played a little bit of it yesterday before we jumped on Call of Duty.
Eden fucking Ross is spending thousands of dollars trying to get a fucking Derrick Rose.
They had a whole campaign for this. Not your typical press A and make choices, but a whole campaign where you can literally like play DJ music in the city, and like you could be walking by and you see me DJing. And I'm literally like DJing while you listen to the song.
Fucking Diplo or DJ Snake over here,
bro. And I'm going, this is crazy. Like it's really improved. I mean, I kind of like what I was playing. It's a big improvement for last year's 2K, but this is his thing. But he ended up buying that, and I'm going, wow. Like he sits there, he goes, why would I not want to play with my friends?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going, this just makes fucking sense. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And it has crossplay and all that. So he has friends on PS4 that doesn't have a PS5. So again, why wouldn't I get the regular to play on my kid? Because then if I just get the series version, I'm playing by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that makes sense. And they have like street ball in it where he stays on this thing. It's like a street ball thing. Oh, it's like NBA Jam.
A buddy of mine streams it. My buddy Dean Logic, he streams a lot of it 2K, and he does the team shit because they have like the rec center shit where you build your guy up and then you can go in with like the 5-on-5 shit and stuff.
Yes.
Like you gotta up their levels. Like is it still technically like pay to win because the VCs and the points? Is it kind of it is. Okay.
It is.
But nobody's fucking bitching about it. Visual Concepts is like
he was frustrated yesterday because he was doing a 2v2 with another two people, and they had no upgrades, no cars, nothing. Overall 60, and they got beat by this team. And my son was like, "What's the point of me buying VC and getting my character if they can beat me with a 60?" I'm like, "There you go. That's all. That's how it's. That's why I don't get into those games." He goes, "Oh my god, he was upset." But man, that was a topic that was not even thought of, that it just got thrown in there, and it was a wonderful.
People are playing it because but it's not like something like I'm not playing it. But 2K has always been a great game. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a casual game for me. I'll like if I'm in the mood for. But I think we
also talked about it too. It's still one of those like I mean they've made little improvements and stuff, but it's still more of it's 2K.
It's thing. Just like we say with there's NBA Live. But just like we say with Madden, where there's no competition, and that's why Madden's so stale. It's the same thing with the basketball team.
And they allow fucking bugs and fucked up things, and they don't
want
to.
There's nobody competing against them. I mean, you have your. I don't even. Is Live even out this year? Is there Live this year? NBA Live from EA. No, right? So there's no real direct competition for them. So they keep putting out.
And when you're the king out here, and you basically then get to do whatever the fuck you want, and who gets to tell you otherwise? You're making a shit ton of money for the NBA. Yeah. You're making a shit ton of money for 2K, your publisher. So the fuck, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. That brings us to our sneak peek topic that we saw. We're going to be talking about Deathloop. Like the camera. This is camera B, by the way.
I'm gonna do it. Listen, next week I'm setting up my fucking phone and I'm gonna do the two cameras.
Do that, man. We're gonna go back here. Boom. There we go. See, and that's how we production. Ain't nobody out there doing that. Just we do that. Well, me. He'll do it next week. Yeah. Wait. So Deathloop. Hey, were you just surprised I was that this game got a 10 and a 9 and a 10 and a 10, like GameSpot, GameStop, IGN, everybody gave it like a 9 and a 10?
One more time.
Were you just as surprised as I was that Deathloop literally got like a 10 from IGN and GameSpot gave it a 10?
It wasn't just IGN though. I was gonna say other people, but this is if you care. But I mean, listen, this is also the same thing. Like, oh, shills, IGN, you can't really, they get paid for their ratings, right? So it's like, I mean, listen, we knew that the game was gonna be good to play for the last 6 fucking months because we've literally been seeing
a 10. I mean, I have not played the game, so I cannot be that way.
Same, man. I haven't played it either. So everybody that I've watched played it, and the things that I've been reading about it, they all say it's great. It's like they're all having fun.
Everybody, no. I'm not. The game is from the people that I know in my life that's played it. They said it's great. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt the game is great. I'm just more like a 10. To get a 10 on a game, that's a perfect score, man. That's a perfect. Like that's weird to me. Like whatever. But from what my friends have been telling me and people that I know have been playing it, it's a great game.
Yeah.
The story plays very like if there's no bugs, none of that stuff's happening. So I'm like, oh, that's a plus. I just thought with as many trailers that showed off on that game for the last year, that it was gonna be one of those things like, okay, the game we saw the game, we don't want to get it, but it's selling.
Maybe the same thing is happening where it's like they literally shoved this game so far down your fucking throat you couldn't avoid it. Yeah. It's the opposite actually, where it's like, oh no, not only did they show us this game forever, but the game ended up turning out being decent. But then again, we're not going to sit here and try to pretend like Dishonored and Dishonored 2 were like bad games and stuff like that.
No.
And this in vain, I don't want to say like this is like a spiritual successor to it and stuff like that, but in some ways it takes inspiration from the Dishonored and stuff like that, and kind of it's arcane and stuff like that. These are your same people that you're going to be seeing Redfall from and stuff like that. So it's like they're good developers. I could even say they're great developers, and they know what they're doing and stuff like
My
that.
issue,
if that's your type of game,
my issue though with
that's
a 10
another thing
though.
too.
My issue though with a 10 is like it's what Stubbs is saying. Then you're telling me there's no room for improvement at all. This game is perfect. Like when I play this game
I don't know
on
if that
Game Pass next
necessarily.
year,
I
it'll
don't
be
know if that
perfect.
necessarily. So does that necessarily mean like what they're like a 10? Like when you see 10 from someone, does your brain automatically go to, oh no, there's nothing wrong with this? Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
there's
I
nothing
still
wrong
think
with
like
it.
a game could technically get a high rating, and then you could still nitpick and stuff, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
But there's no room for it. Though. If you're telling me it's a 10, you're telling me that there's no nitpicking, there's no errors, no
if we're
cons.
thinking of those values at being like the ultimate, right,
But
10
see, this
being
is
the
why to me
absolute
ratings and
best
shit don't
of
mean
9 point. Remember, they used to be, wasn't IGN one of the pioneers of the fucking 9.8 scale and
yes,
things like
the 9.9,
how
9.8.
do you factor in fucking decimals? I guess hold up, like what are you factoring in exactly? Like how much of the game are you playing that you're factoring in a fucking decimal when
Point
it comes
nine,
to
point nine. It's like what?
a 7.4? Like what the fuck?
where's
Why is it
where's
not
the
a
point
point
four coming at?
six?
Yeah,
What's the point four? Why not a point fucking six? So
my A
and then
button did not work, so it gets a
where
point
you
eight.
literally need an article to describe
Explain it.
how your rating system works. So it's
See,
like I don't
this
want to
is.
feed, but we've had this conversation before. I don't feed too much into
I mean, that's the thing.
publication
That's why
ratings
reviews
if it's.
to me means nothing. It means I don't care if it's a 10, a
I don't want to
9, a
completely.
Metacritic. I just mean nothing.
I don't want to completely dismiss it. I think it means something to a certain extent, but I don't think anybody should ever hang their hat on
Right.
saying, "Oh no, it's a 10, I gotta go get it," or "Oh no, it's a 6, fuck that game."
Yeah.
I don't think it should really be the absolutes. I think you should use that in your decision to then play the game, but not just that. Me more so, I factor a lot of decisions I make in games that I play from my friends, from my friends who have played the game, and from people who play the game, like and from people who have played the game, not people that are just paid to play, not a sponsored streamer, but like streamers that do end up picking up the game, and it's not a sponsored stream, and they're playing it to play it because they want to try it out, and then I see what I watch them play it for a little bit, see if I like it, see if I enjoy it and stuff without spoiling the story, because that's another thing too. In some games like that, like if I was ever to play Deathloop, which I am going to play Deathloop when it's fucking free next year, okay, I don't want to know about the story and stuff like that and play through it, because then it's like a spoil. It's like I got pissed with God of War. I wanted to play God of War so bad. I didn't have a PlayStation, but everybody else is playing the game and they're loving it. The story, it's amazing, but I didn't want to spoil it for myself. So there I am sitting in the fucking dark until basically for 2 years, not knowing what happens with Loki. Not Loki, well, spoiler.
Wow,
With Atreus. I couldn't think of his name at the end of the game, and if they ever make it to the fucking mountain and not, because I only wanted to watch the beginning of a little bit.
That was 3 years, through what, 4 years now, 3 years, whatever.
No,
like you
3
haven't
years,
played that
3
game or
years.
watched it on YouTube, then
That's what I mean. But 3 years. But like, so that's like I saw enough people play it and really have a good time with it, where I'm like, okay, that looks like something that I could probably enjoy too. Because it looks like something completely.
But that to me is more to watch gamers play the game on YouTube,
and how they
more, or
experience
Twitch.
Yes.
That's more of a, or even Facebook.
Whatever.
But that's more of a seller to me than somebody give me 9.9 or a 10 or Metacritic of 88.
And then run through the reasons why,
and then give you no description, no legit reason why they gave it that. It's more of the generic. The game plays well, but it lacks in diversity or whatever the hell they want to talk about. It's like, okay, you're not really getting specific.
Or they want to hit it, for being like having some graphical issues, or how does it play on? Because then you get that too. Because when you're going through like an IGN or even a GameSpot, they're like, oh well, this is how it plays on currently. So Deathloop, for example, here's how it plays on the PS5, and here's how it plays on the PC, and then they're going to try to compare those two and be like, and then we're going to try to have that conversation.
I saved that article they put out. I saved it because I want to see this, because they're notoriously happened before. The same exact game launched at the same exact time on all consoles, but one gets a better score than the other. And there's no bugs involved. It's just just because it's on this and it's on that. And I've legit seen reviews give it a lower score because it's on, guess what? Game Pass.
Yeah.
Really? That's what we're reviewing now? It's on Game Pass, so it gets a lesser score. I've seen this. So
this isn't a woe is me thing. This is legitimately, people, it's been documented and it's been done in the past. You know what I mean? So it's like, but whatever you decide to hang your hat on, and whatever helps you make an informed decision about the purchase that you want to make,
Make it.
God bless you, and hopefully,
TK said it earlier. He said in the chat. He said, I mean, vote with your wallet. Like at the end of the day, if you don't feel a 10 is warranted or 9 or what are they giving it, it's up to you. You're the gamer. You make a decision on is that a good legit thing for you or not. For me, Deathloop is still interesting enough for me to try it next year. I'm not in a rush to get up. Again, I've mentioned it before. There's nothing out there yet that has enticed me to get a PS5 just yet.
Or not even if you had a gaming PC. We had this discussion too.
If you had a gaming PC,
if you had
something,
right. That's not something. Knowing, and this is the thing, knowing that you're going to be able to have access to this game in a year, and not have to pay anything extra because you already have Game Pass.
See, this
that falls back to the conversation.
Moniker of the fanboyism
I'm not interested.
No, I know, but it gets thrown at me so many times. Like, really, have you paid attention to me? I will criticize something that's even on Xbox. I can care less. Like, Deathloop is a game I'm still interested in, but I will wait. Even if I had a badass rig, you have a decent computer.
I have a rig that I can play. I'm still not.
Yeah, you play it.
I will play it not now. I will play it when it comes out on Game Pass. When it's available,
it's not on PC though, right?
It's out on PC to buy.
Okay.
It's not out on Game Pass.
To buy. Okay.
To buy.
Wait, it's not even on Game Pass PC?
It's not on Game Pass PC. If it was on Game Pass PC, 1,000% I would have been playing it. No, you can purchase it now, and this is the thing, and here's the crux of it all: you can purchase it now. And you can play it now, or you could wait 1 fucking year and get it for free, included in your Ultimate. Not an ad, by the way.
I don't know why
sponsored, by the way.
I don't know why I thought that thing was already on Game Pass PC. I honestly thought it was on Game Pass. I was going to ask you on this.
It will be on Game Pass because it is a first party. You know what I mean? It's that whole
when it's on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass across the board.
Correct.
It's not like it's gonna because PC can have it now. It'll be on PC and then later on Xbox a year later.
It's gonna be on Game Pass for it's gonna be not only on Game Pass for Xbox but Game Pass for PC. And as long as you have Game Pass, you will not have to pay.
See, I didn't know that. Okay, but does it interest you enough to buy it?
If I didn't have 17 other fucking games that I want to play,
right? Exactly.
But you know what I mean? And then that becomes that other crap, or not. But I don't even want to misrepresent that too. It's really 2 games right now, and then a couple of others sprinkled in because it really is League of Legends and Destiny 2. And then honestly, whatever else I'll play, Apex with the friends, Battlefield with the, you know what I mean? Like
I'm there. I'm playing so many games right now. I think your brother's gonna get it because he's very interested. He's gonna pick it up, get the PS5.
Yeah,
but
But he should, but then that's a game. But that's what I mean. He has a PS5. I mean, my dad has a gaming PC. Even if he wanted to, he could fucking pick it up on PC and play it on my dad's PC if he wanted to. My dad's got big ass 4K, 144 hertz.
I'm with you though. I have too many games that I'm currently wanting to. I'm literally sitting there going, get the backlog is going to get dented this week.
Look what else just came out. What is it? Last Judgment. Remember the Judgment game? The new one.
That already?
I think it just came out as
Lost Judgment.
Is it Lost
Judgment? I have to finish
the
first one, which thank you, Stone King. But I have to finish the first one. Literally, I got all these games and going. I got to, and your brother gave me good advice. He goes, man, at the end of the day, just focus on one thing and finish the shit out of it. Just finish it and then move on. And the thing with me is that when I play games, even though I guess I'm back on the achievement thing. Thank you, Nick. But now when I play a game, I just can't play the game and if I see a collectible, I just can't ignore it. Like I have to oh, that's easy. I can go get that. That's easy. And that's what keeps me stuck on the game. It's but yeah, Deathloop. I'll try it out next year when it comes out on Game Pass. Like anything else, I'll try it out. It looks like it got reviewed really well. It is reviewed really well. The people that I know in my life that are playing it are speaking highly of it. They love it. It's a time loop, so there it is. Oh yeah, 12 minutes. That's another thing I finished. I finished 12 minutes.
Nice.
I finished it in 13. Ha! There's a joke. Anyways, the dunce. So
that's a dad joke.
That's
literally the definition of a dad joke.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's a dad joke. I'm not gonna make the old fucking joke.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember this game called Brothers in Arms?
I do remember, brother. Remember wasn't there a show? That's Band of Brothers. I'm sorry.
That's Band of Brothers, which by the
Band
way,
of Brothers on a show. That's great as well too.
At first, your brother actually gave me a fun fact for that. In its time, it was the most expensive show ever created. Band of Brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. He would know
All right.
something like he would know something like that.
Well,
No, it's not useless
it's
information.
not, no, no, I was just saying
It's probably good at a dinner
useful.
party, but
no,
it's
no,
work.
no. I was gonna say useful
okay.
information because
Yeah.
I've watched Band of Brothers, and even then I said, Jesus Christ, how much fucking money it took to make this show. He confirmed it, and I'm like, yo, years later, you confirmed that for me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, it's one Band of Brothers it's for its time was inexpensive, but we're not talking about Band of Brothers, Brothers in Arms. If you guys remember, this game for a while has been. I think they were trying to make a game a while ago, and then it got delayed, and it got canceled. And everybody's like, "What happened to this?" They showed off something at an E3 at one point, and then it just went away. The art style was completely different for what they showed off back then. It looks like they're back at it. If you look at the article,
see here too, but in keeping with studio policy, it won't be announced until it's almost done. I forgot that's how Gearbox gets down.
They get down like that, yeah. But this is kind of an announcement, kind of, sort of. Like they're announcing that the announcement not happening just yet, but they're working on it.
Now this is Randy Pitchford right here has confirmed.
Yeah, and
he's working on
he's
New Brothers in Gaunt's game. Yeah, so they're working on it. Oh, the podcast was originally published in April, but only recently uploaded to YouTube, where alt/chair spotted the news. Okay,
crazy, huh? April.
Right. That's
March,
pretty.
April,
that's
May,
pretty.
June, July, August. That's 5 months ago.
They were talking about Colonial Marines. Pitchfork explains how both Fox and Sega were so eager to share the news of the project. Both parties, yeah, that's
pretty cool. I played Brothers in Arms back in the days, and I enjoyed it. The whole co-op aspect to it was great. So hopefully those guys. It's not big news.
Listen, Gearbox isn't a bullshit developer either. Obviously, like what I mean. Like they know how to make games. Okay, these are your Borderlands people.
But Richard Pitchfork, is known to do exactly what he does not prematurely announce anything. He makes sure stuff is close before he's announced. Like the Tiny Tina camp that game coming out, Tiny Tina, that's been developed for years now, and we're now just hearing about it because it's about to come out. So one thing about Gearbox is that when they announce their games, it's ready. It's gonna come out.
I mean, that's cool. Imagine if other fucking companies did that, but that's not how other companies operate. When you're a company that can operate that way, Gearbox, published by who? 2K. Take-Two, like 2K, Take-Two Interactive. When you have that fucking kind of money and that kind of weighting, it's the Rockstar mentality. Also, same umbrella. When you could make a fucking game and make it last you for multiple generations, spanning over 8 fucking years, and you know what I mean? And you don't have to worry about, hey, when's the next one coming down the pipeline? Because the old one's still kicking and still doing stuff. It's like when you're not under that type of pressure, and not every studio gets allotted this type of like, oh yeah, no, listen, dude, when it's ready, it's ready. And take as much fucking time.
I guarantee this is any other person that's not proven.
You think Sony was Sony fucking knocking on Kojima's fucking doorstep like, yo, you got that game for us? Like, no, Sony said, yo, here's the money. Take your time. You're going to make a fucking game. Nobody's going to understand what the fuck's going on, but you're going to make something, and a lot of people are probably going to like it. So just because you have that reputation, so go away, go have fun. But if, that's because he's Kojima. Gearbox, once again, like I said, their history, their games and stuff like that, no one's going to, say boo about them taking, and stuff. But the fact that we're starting getting rumblings about it now, meaning maybe we are close to it, maybe we are a year away from it or something like that, which is
we're getting rumbles now. But again, this is a podcast from April. And we're
only just hearing about it now because they fucking didn't want it out. Because it was one of those things where it wasn't like whoever he sat down with and had that podcast, they were talking about Colonial Marines, and then somehow this came into the conversation. So it's
I'm sure the guy was probably like, hey, now you're speaking about this. Anything on the board?
Here, and then look, Brothers in Arms TV adaptation currently in the works, though it's neither a network or release window as present.
It looks like you're sharing. I'm looking at the YouTube video. You're sharing our actual.
What's up?
You're sharing the chat. Like,
what do you mean?
I don't know. This Brothers in Arms thing is not showing up on the YouTube. It's showing like our logo with the chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Well, not everything always works.
Not everything. Some things are broken sometimes, or most of the time.
So what we were trying to show there was an article from PC Gamer.
I like how the chat didn't even say nothing. That tells me you motherfuckers
just
not paying attention.
Yeah. So literally what? So it was just a screen of our logo.
It was just well now it's gone, but it was just the my logo, your logo, the when you the with the
And
music in it, and then
and
the
that's
chat.
all. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully they like looking at that while we talked about Brothers in Arms.
I don't even think they're paying attention. They're probably playing video games right now, which is okay.
I mean, a few of them already said that they're listening to us in the background, so it's like
they're probably like I can't type. I'm cooking. Estoy cocinando. I know, like missing. She cooks a lot. But yeah, that's it. That's not much on that. But Brothers in Arms looks like they're creating it. I'm happy because the last time they had one, I played it, and it was one of those games that I enjoyed. We don't have much.
I'm excited to talk about this next one, actually.
I know. I was saying we don't have much on Brothers in Arms, so the next one we're working on to is. I know you're excited. I know your brother was excited about this too.
I mean, okay, I'm excited, but then I'm like, how are you gonna? They have a 1 terabit and 2 terabit. Okay, so.
No, they only have a 1. They only have a 1.
Okay, they only have a 1. Okay, expandable storage for Series X and S. I guess is Seagate. So is there something coming out? Something
I have an article that I pulled this one. I don't know. I'm not going to share it because my resources won't allow me to share without crashing everything. But reading from an article here, if you want, I mean, I can. You know what? Here, I put this.
Send it to me. Yeah, let's see if we could actually get this working.
All right, boom and boom.
And while I'm pulling it up, basically kind of break down what the article was saying.
Yeah. So it's a 500 gig Seagate expansion card for the Series X and S that may become available this coming November for the holiday. It's saying Seagate is reportedly getting ready to release a cheaper 500 gig storage expansion card for the Xbox Series consoles to complement the 1 tera model currently priced at $220. The French blog Xbox Squad shared a screenshot of an internal listing from French retailer Micromania.
Oh, it's one of these. Okay, yeah. It's one of these leaks. Okay, got it.
It's one of those kind of leaks where it's already posted on retailers' stuff.
Yeah. Like the SKU started showing up in places.
The SKU showing up and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So the release on it, they're saying is November 14th for 500 gig. Now, I'm not good on the currency transfer, but euros is 154.99 for euros. 154.99. I don't know what that translates to.
And this is for a 500, and it's for a 500 gig.
Well, 500 gigs, yeah.
Okay, so, well, for the convert, $181. So, but here, like roughly, so 170. So then you would think in the States it would be marked at like 179. That's a lot for 500 gigs.
It is.
I'm fucking sorry. That's.
It is. No, don't be sorry. It is.
That's a lot, dude.
It is.
Like, what are we doing?
It's $220 for 1 tera. That's expensive. Right now, I believe the people's been posting different sales for it, like $195.
I'm not telling anybody to go do this, but there's a modder out there. I don't know if you saw this. That they literally were able to mod the slot because inside this, inside your actual Xbox Series S and X in your memory expansion slot, all it really is basically the end of where an M.2 would plug in. So that's the hookup. They got a way. They basically found out a way. I don't know if they just stuck an M.2, but they bypassed it because once an M.2 or once that slot is occupied, they're not saying, oh, it needs to be Seagate. Because basically what this person did was plugged in name your brand M.2 and plugged it in. And the Xbox said, oh, thank you for plugging in an expanded hard drive. It didn't say it's not a Seagate. It didn't say it's not a Seagate, can't fucking use it. It just said, thank you, and let's get something going. Yeah. So, which leads me to believe, I hope they don't I understand they made it proprietary, and that was a deal that they had with Seagate. My only hope is that if there are other people that were trying to come, it's the one good thing I think that, like, I don't want to say the one good thing that Sony was doing, but the fact that Sony's slot on the PS5 is basically if you make an M.2, more or less, like it should be compatible. It's Samsung. Samsung came out. The second Sony came out and did that, by the way, I think I took a screenshot of it. Samsung came out with like, oh, by the way, it works. And I'm saying to myself, of course you get the fuck out.
I guarantee you they had somebody hire somebody. They had somebody like under their umbrella going, the moment they say that beta is available, or you get the moment Sony says something, hit that button right there.
Be like, yo, and then that's your Gen 4, that 90. They're like, yo, buy our shit because you already know. And that's it. And Samsung with M.2s, they are reliable. Quality. They do have really fast memory dies and stuff like that. Yeah. It's quality. You're paying for the name as well too. But that same thing with Seagate. They've been in the game so long, you're paying for the name. But that's the whole thing with proprietary versus like that, because then you get a situation where it's like 500 gigs, like for that price. If anything, I'd like them to say, okay, here's 1 terabit, here's a 2 terabit. Your 1 terabit now goes down to 100 and let's just say €54. Let's just go along with that. Oh, the 2 terabit, because memory's not fucking expensive. I don't care. It's not. It's not expensive. You know,
Storage
chip shortage,
expensive a
whatever like
lot,
that.
especially
Storage is not.
SSDs.
2 terabit, put it at the price point currently, the US, the $220. That's what it should be. If I was somewhere sitting, if anybody's listening, that's what it should be. 1 terabit should be your bottom, and you should allow for a 2 terabit at that higher price
I
point.
agree.
And that's it.
I don't think they need to. I don't think a 500 gigs is just. It's. I hate to say this, but it's pointless. Especially with these games coming out with big old files of 500 gigs at that price point. I can't.
Like,
I mean, here
and it's like,
and I've got family members and friends that and they're always telling me, hey man, how do you leverage 220 when you bought your 1 tera? Because I got the 1 tera. How do you leverage that?
how do you
And I
justify
simply said, well, first of all, it's seamless, plug and play. It's SSD. I don't have to worry about nothing else but just doop, and it literally recognize it, and I'm already putting games into it. It reminds me of the PS2 days with the little memory cards. So that's how I leverage. That's how I justify.
So easy a caveman could do
So
it.
easy
It's
a
literally
caveman
there
could
is
do it.
no right. There
Right.
is no take it apart. Anything. There is
No,
here's the
just do it and
system.
it's there.
It was designed for it. This
Right.
is what
It's
it is. This
proprietary. All that stuff is there.
Yeah.
That's how I leverage it. But I can't say the same. I'm wrapping my head now that I've seen the price. If the price is right or that if this is correct,
yeah.
I would go more on what you just said. I'd rather come out with a higher tier card, a 2 tera, double the memory,
or maybe charge an extra 30, 40. Tell me that the 2 terabit then is too fucking
extra 30 for that, or like you said, lower down the price for a 2 tera to be the 220, and then lower down the price, or come out with the 2 tera being the 220, and lower down the 1 terabyte to like I don't know 150.
Because you'll get
179.
What our price? Let's just go by our price. 179. Yeah, 179 for the 1 terabit. Excuse me. 220 or 180 or 180. Just say 180, even numbers for the 1 terabit. 220 for the 2 terabit. Like you're gonna have people buying both because 2 terabit. I really don't. Games, Call of Duty. Here it is. Can't fucking spend more than 30 minutes without saying Call of Duty. Call of Duty, as big as that game file is,
still billions of fucking dollars every year.
I'm sorry. It's just it's in here, okay, but it's also in here too because they make the game so fucking big because it is. High def. That was another thing too. Remember the HD textures? Remember when I told you that they had the HD texture pack? I know we're getting a little off topic a little bit. 50 gigabytes for HD textures. It's like, okay, that shit better look good. It does look good when you actually have them installed and stuff. But imagine how many more gigs of space and stuff. And then it's like, and then you run in like me. I got the Series S. It's 500 gigs for the series. So it's how do you make space? How do you justify?
Seagate would have been proper with marketing this 500 when they start marketing it. To start marketing with a Call of Duty patch. Like seriously, this is good for your Call of Duty patch because I look at it this way: you have an S. S costs how much? $400? 300. Yeah. 500 gigs, 512.
Yeah.
Then you buy this thing, and let's say 179. You're already at the price point of a Series X, or close to it.
No, you're there. You're off by $20. You're off by $20 basically.
And then 500
if the
gigs
price rumored to be true.
If the price was true. And then in this day and age, with the way the games are going, 500 gigs is nothing. No. It's really nothing. We need bigger options, not smaller options. So I don't know where they're going at with it. I understand the budget shopper, but then in that same sentence, 179 for 500 gigs is not budget shopping.
170, calling $179 budget too. Like that's a far fetch. I understand what and then if you're going to try to explain to me, but the games run just like your internal SSD that's already inside your system. I get all that, but don't try to fucking sit here and tell me that memory costs that much because I'm not that consumer. I'm not soccer mom consumer that goes into the fucking store or Amazon.com or wherever the fuck to get my information when they say, son, daughter, here's the list, circle what you want, or Google send me the list. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And then then the kid, sends over to their parents and it's like, I need the expandable memory. And then the mom's looking like, I'm paying $220 fucking for this. and then trying to justify that, and then it's like, no, fuck that. You're
I think
getting
as a gamer,
you know what I mean?
I can justify it. But my wife buying something for my kid or me, she's going out to the store and I go, babe, go get me a 1 tera Seagate for the Xbox. And she goes, I got you. She goes to the store and looks at it. She goes, nah.
Yeah, comes back and like, go get that shit yourself.
Go get that shit yourself.
Go get that shit yourself, basically.
Yeah.
It's like that's I don't know. I think but remember, if this is all rumored to be true, I think it's not so good, honestly. I think there were better ways that they could go about doing this.
It's not a good I forget the look, because I don't get into the whole who looks better and what, but it's just not a good marketing thing. Like if you're marketing for, especially, you came out with two different consoles. One is a higher end, one is a lower end. Lower end in the sense of price, right? And that was in conscience of the budget gamer, of the family, of the living room space kind of. That was that mind space, right? But then you want to come out with a 500 gig at one, if price is correct. Again, we don't know if this is true or not. 179 for 500 gigs is kind of that's out there, man. And if you think about it as a gamer, the games we're playing today, they're not 2 gigs, 3 gigs.
No, there's not even or 20 gigs, 30 gigs. Normal, like give me like your Blu-ray disc and stuff like that. 650, 60, 70.
100.
Microsoft Flight Sim, 100. Call of Duty, $150. What the fuck? I mean, like, we're sitting here like, I don't think we got the recommended things for Battlefield, but you're gonna sit here and try to tell me that thing's less than 50 gigs?
Right. And a lot of us play first-person shooters here, so those games are taking up a lot of space. A lot.
Yeah, man.
I'm with Goddess though, and I see why they won't do this. I mean, they might not do this, but the whole seeing a Series X with more expansion bays in the back, like options to put like more, like 2.
I see them listen.
You think we're gonna add another one though?
We're gonna not add another one. We're just gonna get revamped versions.
But you think in that revamped version they're gonna have a second slot?
No, I think the revamp. Here's what I think personally. I that's a possibility, but I also think the revamped version of the S comes with a terabit. And I think the revamped version of the X comes with 2. You're gonna get a 2 terabit X sometime in the next couple of years, and you're gonna get
already internal.
I mean, I'm already coming. I think you're gonna get a 2 terabit. Because I don't want to say because
they did it with last generation, 500 to 1 tera.
It's just, and I don't want to just say based on previously what they've done, there's no reason not to expect them to do a 2 terabit Xbox Series X and a 1 terabit Series S. There's no reason why at the current price point, because that's another thing too. And I go back to this memory, unless something drastically changes with the price of memory, it doesn't cost that much. It doesn't. Not this memory, the SSD,
they're getting away with
like that.
Proprietary part. They're getting away with that part. Like that's why they can get away with the 220. Even that, it's expensive because again, I only leveraged it because 1, the need was there for it. I needed it. And then 2, because these games are big and they're efficient. The whole card, putting it in, it reads it just fine, no issues, no problems. So that's how they got my money with that.
And then like Goddess just said, same price, and same price too. That's another thing too. I don't see it being, a 2 terabit Series in another year or 2. That's going to be $500, and a 1 terabit Series S, that's going to be $300. Or they might even hit you with the 250. They'll hit you with the fucking Switch price. You know what I mean? Like just to say, because fuck it. Why? Because once again, what's the goal? We know what the goal is. Okay, Xbox centric podcast. We know what the fucking goal is. The goal is not to. It doesn't matter if you remember. We lose money on consoles to win hearts and minds. Okay, that's what we're after. We're after hearts and minds and Game Pass subscriptions
and Game Pass subs.
So long con that it's only in their best interest, but they still have to do this. This is like stopgap shit. And then it's also to a PC gate, I guess, too, if you have like a deal with them and stuff, because maybe we don't know how that deal looks. The deal's like, okay, make a proprietary hard drive for us. Oh, and by the way, I guess we'll get another proprietary hard drive from you eventually, and it'll be 500 gigs or whatever. Because then we also have to think, too, you still have to make it for the masses. They're not going to make 10,000 fucking units. They're going to make thousands upon thousands of these units and say, okay, well, it needs to sell for us to make money, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, too, it's like the markup on these things when you talk about price for memory and price for production versus actual fucking cost of what the MSRP, you're going to make money on these.
Here's my thing.
The need is, you know?
Thing. They're marketing the Seagate. It's the same exact technology inside the box that comes out of when you buy it. Same exact hard drive in the box that you're going to get in a little piece of technology, right?
Yeah.
It's 220. So you're telling me that SSD inside the internal one that comes with it shipped on the shipments box, is $220, and then half of the cost of $500 system is that.
Right.
That's where my mind goes. That's where I'm like, oh,
you
it
try
wanders.
Because when you actually try to make sense of it and then not realizing from a business perspective, like what goes in, markups, transportation,
right? How did you get the cost
shipping,
of the one inside the box?
Where was it? You know, what factory did it come out of? You got to pay those taxes and things.
Right.
Play that game. Then could think outside of like not every consumer sitting here saying like, oh, it's coming from Taiwan or it's coming from South Korea or it's coming from China. Like it's coming from mainland China or somewhere over there in Asia, and then it's coming over here. So import tax and cost for manufacture, import tax, and then everybody's got to make fucking money on it. That's another thing too. It's got to be taxes have to be paid on it, and then the money has to be made for the company because if it's not going to be profitable, why the fuck make it in the first place? So I get it. But then I don't because I think it could have been executed and this could have been. If this is true, it could have been done better. This could have, or it can be done better. Hopefully,
it can be done better.
Hopefully, it is a 2 terabit. Hopefully, it is like what we said, and it's not this 500.
Yeah, I mean, I really would hope. I would hope because we don't need less, we need more. So a 500 gig option. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's just I know they're trying to market the they're trying to leverage the family household. You bought the Series S, let's go get out there and I'll get the 500 gigs because it's needed. You got games coming out. I get all that, but I don't think we need less. We need more. These games are not getting smaller; they're getting bigger. Even with Sony doing the cracking technology, the game sizes are still big.
Yep,
because they're humongous. But again, that's where my mind goes. I don't pretend to know the business side of things and how they get the cost low enough to include a 1 tera inside the Xbox and sell it to you for 500 still. I don't know how that works, but that's where my mind goes as a consumer, as a gaming consumer going, wait, how do you sell me this? The same, you're telling me there's the same thing inside the box, but smaller. Yet that's more, it's 220. So you tell me that's what's inside the box at a bigger size. It just, I don't know. I can't wrap my brain around that. But regardless, chat, let us know how you feel about and you guys have been expressing your thoughts on that. But let us know how you feel about that, though. If this was an option, is this an option for you guys? If not, if it is, like even on Twitter, hit me up and let me know what you guys think. But is this an option for you guys? If not, let me know why.
Or leave a comment.
Let me know why.
Or leave a comment down on the YouTube, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Or leave a comment on the YouTube. Help out the algorithm, and then go ahead or whatever that's called, and then hit the like button or down button, whatever, and comment, and share us out. And I miss Stubbs leaving, so hopefully catch the replay. Have a good one, Stubbs. I thank you for stopping by to catch the rest of the replay. For the rest of you, I appreciate you sticking with us. The next topic we're going to talk about is this was interesting, the Nvidia game list that leaked. Is it real? Is it not real? It's weird because 5 days ago they tweeted out Nvidia, not tweeted out, but they spoke to a couple of I think comicbooks.com, and that was 5 days ago where they told them it is a real list, like it's real. That thing is real. They do this all the time. Unfortunately, it leaked, but however, that some of those games are like they're not real. They just put them there for options just to test some things out. And then I think a couple of days ago, if not yesterday, they came out with an update to that, where they're saying that because the update to that came out with God of War, Returnal, Demon Souls going to be on PC, Humans Fall Flat 2. And there was games like Kingdom
I have the
Hearts
list here.
4,
I don't know. I'm trying to.
4.
There's a lot.
Right.
I mean, this was a dump.
There was future games that were on there, like your Titanfall 2 and your like games that has not even Titanfall 3. And games that like that's not even out yet on this list, and people went crazy, like, "Oh, things are gonna be on PC," but they had to come out and say debunked. It's just something we put together. We do this all the time. Unfortunately, it got leaked. I'm sitting here going, if you do this constantly, why is it the first time that we get a leak like this? It's kind of weird that it's the first time they're leaking us something like this, but it is a leak nonetheless. I put Titanfall 2 there, which is supposed to be saying 3, not 2. I apologize. But I do believe somewhere down the line, maybe not right now, because they're going to be working on something else from what I heard. But Titanfall 3 will be coming out, God of War will probably end up going to PC. BioShock is happening because I already said that. But a lot of people went crazy for this. Like, oh my God, look like PC.
This was Verge. Yeah, so
this is Verge right here. Yeah, like a lot of stuff was coming out. But they came out and said, hey, look, listen, the list it's a list. We do this all the time to do testing. What are they testing? I don't know. I don't know what they're testing there, but to have a list like this with games that not even coming out, that haven't even announced at all yet. Your Titanfall 3s
and this is just to clarify too, this is for GeForce Now. This is their
GeForce
streaming.
Now. Yes,
Yeah.
I apologize. GeForce Now. Yes.
Yep.
That's what it was. It was stated on, and I mean, I saw games, even the highly rumored remasters trilogy for GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, like that stuff is there.
Being
they even have something said unannounced Xbox projects, and it has a code name, and I'm like, okay. So it's, take it for what it is.
Right
it's
here. Listen, I see Final Fantasy VII Remake like being on here
for
like
PC.
For PC.
It can happen. It can happen.
That's nuts. I mean, Uncharted, they obviously here, quietly revealed Uncharted 4 was coming to PC. So this is Sony stuff. So more or less here, what they're trying to allude to.
But that's what's making the article seem kind of real, because Uncharted 4 is coming to PC, and that's on this list. So it's like, what's real, what's not real.
But that's another thing too. Remember, where we're talking about like PC games as well too. Like I think we talked about this and we reported on this a couple of weeks back, where Sony was talking about making the deal with Steam, because we saw PlayStation Studios pop up inside of Steam. And we're saying to myself,
in the chat, hey, Pong, man, what's up, man? Thank you for stopping by.
What's up? And, they were doing that whole thing, and they were like, well, wait, but they've already, they've been acquiring studios to start working on ports, basically, for their PlayStation titles to go over for PC and stuff like that. So it's not like it's been it's been rumored, alluded to, and things like that. But this is also what they want to do. They want to put some of their exclusives, specifically Sony, onto PC and just get it out there and get more exposure and stuff. So it's not past the realm of possibility that Nvidia gets a couple of these games licensed, because they're saying to themselves, we want to try to push our service, GeForce Now, where you can play cloud service. Got to think. So think of GeForce Now like xCloud. Basically, that's the mindset that you have to have.
Yeah,
you only need the internet. You only need the internet connection. You don't need anything fancy, and it's gonna run, and and stuff like that. And I think you'll be able to have it like on mobile devices, PC and stuff like that. Just need a solid internet connection. And if this is possible, this is cool, but it's still a lot of it's still speculation and stuff. So it's interesting.
It's speculation, but it's pretty interesting. I saw it interesting enough to say, I'll introduce it into the pod. It's not a big topic. It's just one of those things where I had to mention it, because I'm like, this is interesting, because the list they have there. For sure. There are games that's gonna come out like Uncharted 4, but then there's games that have not been announced. I'm going like BioShock 2022.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like I don't have to, you know what I mean? I currently now don't own a PlayStation, but you're telling me that I don't need to own a PlayStation possibly to play a game like that I might be able to play that before. The only I wouldn't say the only reason, but during the pandemic, Final Fantasy VII Remake came out. I fucking ran out, and even to a pawn. I went to a pawn shop, and I literally fucking bought a used PS4 Pro.
That's going to be one of the first games. It's probably going to be one of the first games I end up getting when I end up getting
the fight because of retrograde. Because dude, and that's what I enjoyed, and I didn't even get to finish it. I got kind of far into it, but I didn't get to finish it because also too I'm still playing PC back then, so I was still stuck on playing PC shit even then. But it was still a great game. And I didn't even get to experience the whole 4K thing. I'm playing on a 2K screen and stuff like that. And that was another. I'm not shitting on PlayStation. It was technically I was only playing at 1080p because it doesn't do the fucking mid and upscale and stuff like that. So to possibly get to play that on like my 2K monitor, like Final Fantasy, that'd be sick. That'd be nuts.
Money, I have not gotten any information for you yet on Brute Force or Conquer Bad Fur Day. No information on it. I apologize. I've been trying to hit up the insider sources, the sources that I have on my end to see.
We gotta be like everybody. We gotta be like everybody else. Like you see, you got Gina out here, Jenna out here, and everybody's just like emailing developers and shit like that. Like, yeah, just
we'll get on that level.
I'm gonna email. Yeah, I'm just gonna email. I'm gonna email developer.
I mean, I've tried. I've tried. Sure. I mean,
absolutely.
Maybe I'm swinging too high for the fences. Phil Spencer has not even answered me yet, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess if we add them enough, maybe that's how that works.
You think the spamming? You think because their DMs be completely off. It's like I don't know why, but
we just listen. Kills all. It just takes one banger tweet, dude. Just one banger.
One banger tweet. Okay.
Banger tweet.
One banger tweet. All right. Maybe I'll like I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah. So, anyways, that was an article that came out. I think this week it came out with that whole, the list and all that stuff. But it wasn't Much news. I just found it interesting that there were games listed on there that has not even come out and that are coming out for PC that's already been announced. So pretty interesting. Next topic I want to hit up. What? Not that one. We just did that. Next topic I want to hit up is this happened on Friday. The THQ Nordic 10th anniversary. I wouldn't call it a showcase, but it was them, talking about games. I don't know if anybody caught this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't catch it live at all. I went back and watched it, the replay on it. But there was a couple interesting things announced. That's one of them. Yep, the Destroy All Humans 2. I don't think anybody was surprised by this, but the Reprobe, which is like their I don't know if you call it a remastered edition or like it includes whatever DLCs came out for it, that kind of stuff. Bro, this right here, SpongeBob SquarePants comic shape.
Excited. Yeah, I'm excited.
Have you seen this?
No.
The animation looks just like a damn Nickelodeon show. It's crazy. Like, this is their version of Smash Brothers. Like, it's not quite like Smash Brothers, but it's their version, like fighting with Nickelodeon characters. Like, I saw the animation on this, and I'm like, yo, what am I looking at? Like, I thought I was looking at the cartoon. Like, the animation is pretty neat. A lot of people are excited by this. Look at this. That I know that's what do you call that? A cutscene, or what do you call that? But it's actual gameplay. The gameplay looks exactly like this. What I'm saying.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, just like that. It looks cartoony but not. Well,
this looks like this is how they portray him in the movies and shit.
Right, exactly.
Like when they do the movies, not the actual animation from the show itself. Obviously,
right. I don't know what they call this kind of animation, but it's not cartoony. I'm wrong.
That's pretty cool.
It's not cartoony. It's just that the way SpongeBob was portrayed in the movie.
Just that particular animation that they're using and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. But it has all your favorite iconic characters.
And you said this is a fighting game?
Yeah, it's a fighting game, man. It has all your iconic characters are in this, man. It's pretty cool. It has obviously Patrick is in there.
Okay.
But it's called Comic Shake Patrick's in it. Not just these guys, but they have like Frost.
I'm looking at PS4,
guy,
Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC.
Everything, yeah.
Well, wait, but not current gen.
Well, I mean backwards.
Are you sure?
You could play this on. I could play on my series and it'll be back. It'll play the Xbox One version.
Oh, okay. So like same thing. I get you. Okay.
I'm not sure about the PS5 version doing, but it is going to be played backwards. So it is still being created for the last gen consoles, but it's a fighting game, man, with Nickelodeon characters. I call him Frosted Flake Guy, but it's not. That's his name. Is the Frosted Guy or something like that. But he's in it. Jesus, like almost like Mr. Krabs in it. Like everybody. It's not just SpongeBob's world. It's the Nickelodeon world. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that's the THC. That was my highlight for that show. Like I saw everything. I'm like, nope. The highlight for me is that SpongeBob game. It looks pretty cool. I don't know what it's gonna be priced, but it looks damn cool.
It looks like a $39.99.
It looks like a 40. It has to be 40.
It looks like gut, but you never know.
And they announce things like Jagged Alliance and Super Power.
You never know. You get hit with the $69.99 price tag.
Ain't doing that.
You got an MX versus ATV Legends announcement trailer. Oh, Legends. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's old school. That's pretty dope.
To that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's it. That's all we got for today. I mean, that's our topics. I see. I mean, that's all we have. People are now going, you know what? I'm done. I'm out of here. So let's end the show on a good note.
We're done too. High five. Oh yeah. Oh, real quick. We're gonna. Okay. No, let's do that again. Okay. No. So another thing. 198 on the subscribers.
Yes. YouTube. Oh yeah. I took your advice, and I told you. I took your advice to stop looking at. I'm a numbers guy, so I'm always looking at analytics and stuff like that. But I stopped looking at it since last week. I gave myself a whole week. I said I'm gonna force myself to not look at what's going on.
That's good.
And yesterday I took a peek. I'm like, oh shit, we went up subscribers to 198. So happy about that. I'm very happy. I know our climb is gonna be slow because we're not your usual podcast. Our production.
Slow and steady wins the race.
I love that because that means we have quality viewers and we have people that actually want to come back and watch. Not just saying I'm subscribed to the channel and
wait, not just watch and listen. Because let's shout out. Let's do that. Let's do that as well too. Let's please give big thanks because I mean, like I said, I didn't even realize how we got fucking reviews on Apple Podcast. Like remember, 2 weeks ago, I literally was like, awesome. "Oh yeah, wait." When you started uploading it, and then I was like, "Yo, we got not only do we have a rating, but we have people that left reviews on Apple Podcast because you were uploading through Anchor." And shout out to Anchor, and then shout out Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. I think you even said Google. Where else is Anchor
Everything.
going as
Google
well?
Podcasts, Apple. There's some weird ones that have never really got into, but pretty much anywhere you go. Why is my son's in the chat? Look, little camper. He put a Sarah sign. Pretty much anywhere you listen to your traditional podcast, it's gonna be on that. Just gotta search Sensei's Thoughts. I upload through Anchor FM, which is again, shout out to them, a great platform to use to upload your podcast, and they'll go ahead and take care of the grunt work when it comes to loading it up to whatever platform you want it to load up to. Just simply tell them, hey, I want it on these platforms. They put on those platforms. So everything has been uploaded as of Wednesday. It's up to date. These newer episodes, like today's episode, will be uploaded every Wednesday in the morning, 8:00 in the morning Eastern time. So it'll be uploaded then, so you can listen to it then. Because I know with YouTube, it was brought to my attention that with YouTube, when you're watching YouTube, if you don't have like the premiere version of YouTube,
if you don't have YouTube Premium, you can't close the app because you're still going to listen to it.
Right.
Or it won't continue to play the audio. It won't continue to play the audio. So so you have to have premium. You have to pay for that feature on YouTube. And there are people that do that specifically because they like using YouTube, and they also don't like the ads and stuff, because I think premium also stops ads as well too. Yeah. So with that, but we're also audio as well too, because people like consuming the audio version of podcasts. I know I do. I love audio.
I do that a lot, especially when I'm gaming. When I'm gaming, I'll have the podcast in my ear while depending on the game I'm playing, and not every game. Like if I'm playing 2K, I don't need that audio.
There's mindless shit. Like sometimes I'm playing Destiny, I'm not doing like story shit. If I'm just grinding out and stuff like that, I'll definitely have a podcast going in the background.
So I had somebody on, and I'll answer that, Goddess, but I had somebody on Twitter actually retweet me and say, hey, I that's what I like about your podcast. I thank you for having options, because Spotify is where I listen to most of them. Now I'm able to listen to your podcast. Brand new person, they retweeted me saying that, or they commented saying that. I'm like, oh shit! Like I didn't realize there was a thing for that. And I then again, I'm an analytics guy, so I looked at the numbers and I tweeted this out. About 38% of the podcast listeners are on Apple, and then Spotify, and then so on and so forth. And I'm going, holy shit! There's people out there that prefer this platform. And I feel like an idiot for shutting that out, or for like not even thinking about that. So that's what pushed me to go keep uploading into your Spotify. So if you're on Spotify, if you're on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, if you're on Google Podcasts or whatever other platform, there's some weird ones there that you listen to podcasts on. Every new episode that comes on Sundays will be there, uploaded on a Wednesday, 8:00 in the morning Eastern time, for your listening pleasure. Other than that, Goddess is asking, are we going to podcast twice a week? We don't have a plan for that. We don't have a plan for that.
Let's get this one rocking and rolling. Got it. So listen, we'll start talking about more episodes. I mean, and we've done, and here's another thing too, to Goddess's point, we've broken in Battlefield. Remember, we did the quick video with Money when the Battlefield trailer came in.
And we'll probably do it again.
The channel in a perfect world, the channel has more content coming to it, the YouTube channel specifically, more content coming to it besides just the podcast. The focus is the podcast right now. That is the number one focus. And once we get that solid rocking going, and we get people going and stuff like that, we can talk about doing other stuff. Absolutely, offshoots. I've had talks with my friends as well too. There are games that we play and stuff like that I'd love to sit here and talk for a fucking hour about League of Legends with people. Mm-hmm. I think some people might enjoy that if I had, what I mean? If we had some League of Legends, like specific game stuff where it's not just like we talk about gaming news here. It's Xbox centric as well too. But I think this is where, I don't want to speak for Kills, but I know his focus is here. I know my focus is here. So I think this is where we want the focus to be. But always when there's news and stuff like that, like we talk to each other every day. If there's something coming out where we want to do a video and record something and upload it, we're going to do that and go live and talk about that stuff. But we definitely want to focus. I mean, at least me personally, I want to focus on this.
Share the same consensus. Yeah. Listen, like he said, in a perfect world, I'll echo it. In a perfect world, yes, we are spinning off our show. We are doing more than just one a week. We want
gaming. You want to get gaming videos.
We want to get to the gaming content. We are going to get to that. That's going to get there. But I'm gonna be brutally honest, and this is me just being. I cannot be any less than that. And you guys know me for that. You've been following me. The demand isn't there for that kind of stuff. It's just not there. You guys love this show, but for us to have a second show added to this, there's gonna have to be some demand there, and that's just me being brutally honest. Now, the gaming side of things, you're always gonna get like a BF, review that we did, E3. You're always gonna get a second video when it comes to that stuff. We probably gonna do that with when BF comes out. If it drives it with BF, we're gonna do it.
Halo is more than likely with Halo. Like I don't know if we necessarily are gonna wait until
no, but we are gonna put a video out there separate from this. We'll do that. Yeah. But to be brutally honest, that's one of those things where the demand has to be there. Past we're I don't want to say we're comfortable where we got. We obviously want to grow.
It has to make sense.
But I think it makes sense.
Yeah, it has to make sense, and I think it's okay to still just be focused on what we're trying to do here and what we're trying to grow here with the podcast and stuff like that. Yeah. And of course, we appreciate everybody that's joining and stuff like that. And if there's a need out there to do something else off like an offshoot from the podcast to talk about other things, that's fine too. But technically, anything that we want to talk about gaming wise and stuff, we like covering it here in the podcast. We like doing this on Sundays as well too. We love.
I mean, I literally set this up like at Eastern time. Again, this is set up by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon for waiting for 5 o'clock to come around. Like that's how I love. I get a
text message on my phone, and he's like, "Yo, I'm in the room already." And it's 2 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock.
2 o'clock. You guys saw the chat when we opened up the room early. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. We love this. We love it, and we're going to continue growing this, and we're going to continue doing this because we love it. TK is mentioning that the community needs work with the Xbox. I agree with that. Kind of do, because the support system needs to be there. And I'm going to be positive.
And that's support thing. It's not kumbaya. It's not kumbaya and everybody thinks, but it doesn't.
I hate when people think that. Yeah, I fucking hate that. But here's the thing. I've been doing this on Twitter for a couple of weeks now, and I'm going to continue doing this and growing this positiveness in
positive interactions in the community.
I'm going to drown out, and I hope you guys can join me in this. I want to drown out this negativity stuff about, just everything negativity in the gaming world. Because at the end of the day, we're here because we game. I know TK games. I know Goddess games. I know Sunday games. Everybody in the chat games. At the end of the day, that's what should be your fun should be gaming. We're a bunch of adults. Hopefully we all are. Bunch of adults displaying a kid's platform and having fun with it because we can afford this hobby.
It's a cool hobby, man.
It's a cool hobby. And I will support positive anytime positive, but I need to see that. I love to see that from the community when we're retweeting and sharing the positive stuff of the gaming community and not the negative side. A lot of us are guilty for following different accounts, and then they're just tweeting out bashing each other. Another thing the last thing I want to say here is we don't need to bash something else to make what we prefer better. We don't need to do that. I can sit here and tell you my Xbox is perfectly fine in my house without having to tell you fuck PS5. I don't have to go that route. But
mentioning PS5 in a negative light at
all. I don't
mentioning it all. Granted, here in this podcast, if you've been listening, and thank you for listening, if you stuck with this whole time, we talked about we mentioned PS5, and I don't know if and I don't think there was anything that we said about it or PlayStation in general where it was anything in a negative light. And not that we strive to do that, but you can mention other things that you don't talk about. Like I say it here, we joke about it here, Xbox centric and stuff like that. You can mention Nintendo and Sony, and it doesn't always have to, and it doesn't have to follow. And the next words that come out of your mouth after saying that doesn't have to be, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They need to get their shit together. They're recycling their shit.
Your opinion is more valuable if you can say it without having to be negative, like without having a not negative bash on something. Yeah. If your opinion has to highlight what you prefer, then I turn off really quick like that. If that's what you're doing, okay, cool, that's your thing.
That's what you're
not gonna judge you for it, but I will turn off. Like it's not my thing. I'm at the end of the day, I'm a gamer. But that's it. That's what I have for you guys. What my son's writing? 40 minutes. Let's play vids. I want to see them.
I like walkthroughs and shit. Yeah, I definitely. I might literally pay money for you to make a fucking walkthrough. I guess we'll have to like.
You know how many people are telling me to do fucking walkthrough videos?
Now imagine you. I can just imagine. No, I think it's true. I think literally like in a game like when you do Halo single player, it'd be sick. Just set up a fucking camera and just record yourself playing the single player.
Yeah,
you literally take that
and then
just upload that.
A lot of people have been asking for that. Weirdly enough, they've been asking for. When are you gonna do like? Because they see that I complete games, and I didn't realize True Achievement fucking posted that shit. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta turn that off.
More notifications than not. More times than not, when I'm looking at my phone, I see, okay, yeah, Sensei tweeted. All right, let's go see what he said. Oh, True Achievement notification. I'm like, this fucking guy finished another game. Jeez, all right.
Yeah, it does. So I forget that shit is on.
I'm
I gotta turn it off.
I'm over here in my 15th fucking League of Legends game for the day.
It's snitching on me, and I'm like, dude, I gotta turn that shit off. It's the complete snitching on me. Like, I've done complete like 4 or 5 games this week, and I've gotten people because of that. People go, hey, are you ever gonna do walkthroughs or like completion videos? Yeah. I'm like, why would I do that? Well, you just finished like 5 games this week. I'm like, how do you know this? Well, look at your True Achievement. I'm like, fuck, it just snitches me out. So I gotta go in there and turn that shit off.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I thank you every single week, guys, in the chat. I appreciate you stuck this long. It's a little over 2-hour mark, our usual. But I thank you guys for sticking by. I will put in the description, I'll put people's links that's been supporting us. Especially you guys gotta check out. I'll put in a link, but you guys gotta check out videos. You got who I mentioned on this pod today. He left earlier, but shit.
It'll come to me. Just look at it. Hold on.
I'm looking at the chat. I'm looking at the chat, but I'm gonna put the links up there. Oh my god, so many you guys conversating. I love it. Let's see. Stubbs.
There you go.
Stubbs. I'll put Stubbs' channel up for support. Guys, we're about support for support. So if you support us, we support you. That's how we do. That's how we do things. I don't want to sound cheesy or nothing, but I will be putting his link up there. As Fallout too. Fallout has a channel, and I'll put that up there. He has a badass channel, man, where he's like an animated character, and he just pokes fun at the week's news. And he's about to upload a new one. I think he's on episode 5 now, 4 or 5. I'm not sure, but he has an awesome. And I'll put the link. I'm supporting this guy. This guy, he needs more eyes on this. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
It's pretty cool stuff. You guys gotta watch that. Other than that, let me know. Hit me up. What you guys want to hear about next week? The gaming news has been slow, so as you can see, we just come up with topics. It's been slow, but I hope to see you guys next week. Other than that, like we say every single week, happy fucking gaming.